Cambodia. You'd expect them to beat comfortably. Players coming out onto the pitch, team news following very shortly. In such a busy schedule, as expected, changes from both sides. But one thing we know about Vietnam so far, it doesn't matter which member of their 22-man squad is on the pitch, they have goals throughout the whole team. Players being introduced to a cauldron-like atmosphere here at the Seliang. Can Vietnam continue their free-scoring form against an Indonesian team whose defence has performed admirably so far? They conceded on match day 1 against Thailand, subsequent to that 3-0 win against the Philippines and a 1-0 win against Timor-Leste. So only Thailand have scored against Indonesia, and via a late penalty when the game was already lost, have scored against Vietnam. So something's got to give. Will it be the Indonesian form of scoring 4 goals per game so far? As always, we can go pitchside now for the national anthems before we bring you that all-important team news. Kibi. It looks like the Indonesians have won the toss. Will that be the only thing they win? As we get a glimpse of a man on edge who played at the new Bukit Jalil would be packed to capacity. Here's Vietnam, Joy down the right flank. Hong Doi with the cross, couldn't keep it in, goal kick the call. But you can see, we've already seen them try and thread the ball through the middle. They have got pace down those flanks. And so many options with so many goals throughout the team. Van Toen, just the 1 goal for him there. Number 9, who tends to play just in behind the striker. And it goes to show the respect Indonesia have for Vietnam, that they really go with only 1 recognised forward in this match tonight, Erzawalian. Obviously David Septian does get forward, we know, but more of a 4-5-1 formation in basic terms from Indonesia. Vietnam far more attack-minded, playing 2 up top. First chance for Indonesia to press their claims. Malafani. 2 Vietnamese players getting in each other's way there. I think Malafani thinks he should have that free kick. Let's have a look at this. They were tackling each other, the 2 Vietnamese. Possibly hard done by Malafani. 2 teams who have yet to catch fire, particularly Timor-Leste, who we always believe would be outmatched. And also, spare a thought for poor old Timor-Leste, the only nation at the SEA Games yet to pick up a medal, Timor-Leste. At least Cambodia have 5 bronzes to their names at this point in proceedings. Referee Al Yakubi sharing a joke with Kong Pong. That was badly mishit, that free kick going to no one, dribbling out by the corner flag for a goal kick. Bronze medal match as well. A lot of the team events at the SEA Games don't have a bronze medal match. There's 2 schools of thoughts on that. Obviously gives more of the participating nations a chance to bag a medal, but there's no prizes for finishing joint 3rd here. You've got to win that bronze medal outright. Also on the 29th will be that bronze medal match. Scheduled for a 4:30 kick-off with the final, the gold medal match, 8:45 next Tuesday. Vietnam dispossessing Indonesia. First chance to run at the defence for Van Toen. He leaves the ball behind though. They can't clear. Vietnam with numbers forward. Getting busy. Tran Thai. Indonesia come away with it now though. And maybe they can launch a counter of their own down this left-hand side. Hospital pass there though. Met brilliantly by the captain, Bu Chien Dong. Here come Vietnam. There's some space for Van Toen to work with. Lays it off, the cross comes in, and there's another crucial interception by him before the breakthrough is made. And of course, corner from Hong Doi, not his best of the 5 he's delivered. And here's a chance for a quick counter from Indonesia. Calm as you like though, Vietnam goes straight back up onto the attack. Good work in defence from Trong. Tran Thai involved. Here's Hong Doi out to the right, and Van Toen. Look at Kong Pong lurking. Van Toen Still Van Toen down to the byline. Corner number 6. Indonesia, no whistle, play on. Malafani with some joy down the right. Inside it comes, they've got numbers forward here, Indonesia, screaming for it on the left-hand side. Is Haryadi! But they went for goal instead, and that's the first save that Min Long's been forced into. A decent effort from David Septian, who we know can score. He's got 2 goals already. Another long-range effort, and it bounced right in front of the goalkeeper. And he did well under the circumstances, Min Long. That wasn't an easy save to make, stretching out his right hand just to get enough on it to palm it away. And on the half, Addy. Septian with the in-swinger. Oh, a strange bit of improvisation from Nugroho there. Surely he'd have been better off trying to head that. He's now herring back to make sure they're not caught short at the back. But finally, some promise going forward from Indonesia. Indonesia towards the end of the first half coming forward. Erzavalian, first time we've seen him really be in possession. Erzavalian, the cross came in, and luckily for Vietnam, plenty of red shirts in that 6-yard box to hoof it out. Lurking with intent was Malfani there, and this is the first bit of sunshine we've seen from Erzavalian, and taking absolutely no chances with Vangen. It's going to drop here for a long-range effort that's deflected. And that looks like it's going out for a corner off Sambiandi's effort. But Erzavalian stacks the first goal at the dying embers of the first 45. Training ground routine on the way, decent cross in the middle. Min Long fell over his own defender there. And that could have been dangerous for Vietnam, but they survive it. Have a look at this. Min Long comes and ends up clattering in to Bu Chien Dong. So inside the final 2 minutes, there's been no goals tonight in the Southeast Asian men's football. Scoreless between Cambodia, Timor-Leste at the UTM. Now that's the first. Oh, the card's coming out here. I think they put their hands on the referee. They have got to be very careful there. I think he's going to show 2 cards because he's already shown a card to Van Tan. It wasn't Van Tan that made the challenge. And they have to be very careful here, Vietnam. Some more distance on that, looking for Erzavalian. It probably would have gone for him as well if he was anticipating a defensive slip. Now they have to be careful here. And they have to be very careful now. It's 2 against 2 if they can keep this in, Vietnam. Just beyond the reach of the on-rushing Kong Pong, who put his body on the line there to try and coming to blows with the first aid stretcher on the sidelines. Is there time for one last Vietnamese chance in this first half? Shaping up for the long-range shot is Hong Doi. Instead chipped it through beautifully. The header comes in from Van Tan, of all people, who found himself that far forward, and he probably should have scored. Tipped over by Hardianto. Delightful improvisation from Hong Doi. And if that had been headed into the ground by Van Tan, I'm sure he'd have scored. As it was, Hardianto did well, but they'll have to face one final corner before we can put this one in the books as a scoreless 45 minutes. He knows, I think, Van Tan, that was a gilt-edged opportunity, the best chance of the half. Remember, only Vietnam and Malaysia with the 2 100% records in this tournament, as just for a minute it looked like this yellow card that's about to come the way of Shambandi may have led to a melee. Here they come though, and here's a chance for him to make an immediate impact as Malfani goes to the right hand side and crosses it in. Not far enough to get to Anwar, but it's still Malafani who's looked dangerous down that right side. That's the area of the pitch where Indonesia have had the most joy. Throw-in taken quickly. Antara back to Malafani. His cross not negotiating the path past the first defender in attendance, which was Van Gaal. Looking for Antara again. Flag stays down. Antara, I think, trying to win a cheap corner there. Instead, he wins a cheap throw-in. So Antara once more with the throw. Antara gets it back. Not really a tester for Min-Long eventually. He gathers calmly, looks for the quick distribution, but thinks better of it. Well, Marianto Wainwar not wasting his time in making his frustrations known to his teammates. Alert to that was Hardianto in the Indonesian goal. Tuan Tai and Van Toen, he runs. It's very difficult to stop once he gets ahead of steam behind him. They're strong. Tuan Tai will want this back eventually, but in the meantime, herring into the box is Kong Pong! Good save, Hardianto. And we talked about him being quiet for the first 55 minutes, but that's what he can do. He takes on men and beats them at will. He did it against the Philippines, and that was almost a carbon copy of a goal he scored against the Philippines. But while the Philippine goalkeeper Joel tires there, the corner comes in. What an anticlimax that was, but the shot comes in from range afterwards, and the keeper goes down as well again. Well, here's Van Gaal with the throw. Well, with the goalkeeper currently having a question mark over him, Vietnam want to get forward as quickly as possible, but instead it was Indonesia doing the pressing. But this is where Vietnam have been dangerous over the last 10 days in football. On the counter, they can't sustain it on this occasion though. But the hustle is good. They harry and they get the ball through. Duman winning a free kick there and going down afterwards as well. It was Kong Pong that was involved in the tussle. Shambandi can't be getting involved. He's doing a yellow card. Now they've got to be careful here. There's a card coming out. Who's it going to? Well, Hanusa is the man receiving it. We actually thought that he was the man originally booked when the first yellow card came out in the first half. That clearly wasn't the case. But now 3 of Indonesia's back 4 are on a yellow and walking a very fine tightrope indeed. Great hustle from Van Toen. Played in Kong Pong. And he can only have been booked there for maybe complaining. It was. And on comes Tuan An. Poor delivery. They've wasted numerous corners and set pieces tonight, Vietnam. That's something they'll have to work on ahead of that big game against Thailand and any potential semi-final and final that comes their way. And it doesn't matter whether it's a World Cup final, a European Championships, an AFF Championships. How often do you see it? The team that start the strongest in tournaments don't necessarily always peak throughout the whole 2 weeks or however long the tournament may last. And maybe Vietnam have already peaked. Certainly Indonesia catching them up in the possession count there. 57-43, still in the red shirts men's favour. Hold on, hold on. They want another card here. They're going to get one. Now who's it going to this time? It's Saj Bandi. He's already been booked. He's taken an early bath. He's gone. Saj Bandi's shown red. It was coming. It's been coming. And Vietnam applaud the red card, which you don't like to see. But maybe they're applauding the fact they'll now have 27 minutes to get a deciding goal against 10 men. Well, with 3 of the back 4 and their most combative midfielder on a yellow with half an hour to go, it was always a risk. Let's have a look at this in a replay. Well, he's had a lash out there, hasn't he? We don't like to see Tuan Tai holding his head when it only copped his shoulder. Well, no, it looks worse on that angle, to be fair. I'm not sure Tuan Tai is holding the right part of his body that he was struck with, but he was definitely struck, and Saj Bandi could have no complaints. Shambandi red carded 3 minutes ago. I say 3 minutes ago, probably in the last play of the game. We've had that much stoppage time, and Vietnam now trying to make that extra man count. Into the box it comes, and an early touch for Kartika Aji leads to another corner for Vietnam, and the crowd can sense the goal is coming here. Did he have to get something on that? He probably did, Aji. This is the angle that would tell us. It was a deflected shot, looked to be going wide, well, definitely was going wide, but Aji taking no chances. Would have been a corner anyway because it came off. The Indonesia taking duties from Hong Doi. Kong Pong with a corner. Indonesia clear only as far as Hong Doi. And it will be Hong Doi trying to trickle it through the middle of the penalty area, nothing doing. Well, for large parts of this game, it's been one-way traffic anyway. And the volume of that traffic might just increase. The flag has stayed down here. That was a really good tackle. Had to be spot on for Pranata. Flag eventually went up. It was a very late one. But Pranata, remember, the captain, another player on a yellow card. If the flag had stayed down there and he'd got that challenge wrong, he would have been off as well. So plenty of those Indonesians walking on eggshells now. They're down to 10 men. Pranata, Hihanusa and Antara. And the flag has gone up again. This goal's not going to count. Tuan Tai smashes it home. Talking about stealing a teammate's goal. Surely it should have been Van Toen's goal. But the flag had already gone up. And it's the correct call. That's a great decision by the assistant referee. We give them clog when they get it wrong. But that was spot on. Inside the final 20 minutes. Coming forward now is Tuan An. Here is Van Toen, best player on the pitch for me tonight, even if he's been slightly more subdued in this second half. Onside, if he doesn't touch it, he left it for the wrong player. I think the flag would have stayed down there. If the other player had gone for it, Tuan Tai was blatantly offside, Van Toen wasn't, and I think he's telling his teammate that as well. Kong Pong was onside, but he left it for Tuan Tai, who was blatantly offside. I think that's what delayed the assistant referee's flag there. Quang Hai with the second goal in that 4-1 win against Cambodia. Vietnam, remember, have scored 12 goals in this competition, 4 goals in every game. And here's Quang Hai trying to make an immediate impact. Quang Hai down the left, cross comes in, plenty of velocity on it. Might find its way all the way back to Van Toen, who's got support. Van Toen as well, winning the ball. The flag goes up there. I think the Indonesian defenders won that one, to be honest. I'm not sure there was too much wrong with it. We'll have a look at replay. But here we go. Got to be very careful here. Particularly the Indonesians, they don't want to retaliate and pick up a yellow for that. So when you're injured, you get up to have a confrontation with the player that tackled you, and then you drop down to the ground injured once more. Shambolic scenes by Indonesia this. They're saying there was a kick out. Let's have a look at the replay. Do I owe them an apology? Well, it looked like it was as full-blooded from Hihanusa. There was nothing in that. To the right it goes. The cross comes in. Quang Hai was lurking, didn't get to him. Almost dropped for Trong there. And they have to just be careful, Vietnam. Wanawar is... Oh, but with Vietnam's superior goal difference, it would take a result of astronomical performance and proportions to deny them of a semi-final place. A draw enough to still keep them in pole position. As Indonesia win a free kick, which they will take plenty of time to get to their feet and take. If this was a game Vietnam desperately needed to win, you'd be asking questions about time added on there. They took 5 minutes to decide to sub the goalkeeper. So 5 minutes to make the breakthrough. Vietnam coming forward through the middle. Can someone get a shot away? Here's a great chance for Tuan Tai. What a save! What a save from Kartika Aji. The substitute goalkeeper may well have saved a point for Indonesia at the death. What a save. Tuan Tai seemed certain to score. He'd done the hard work. He'd fashioned the space. The first touch was a good one. And the keeper somehow got enough on it to deflect it onto the crossbar. Save of the tournament so far, this from Kartika Aji. at point blank range. He gets a hand to it and the crossbar keeps it out. It will, however, be a corner, and there are still 3 minutes to play. Corner comes in, brave headed clearance, and now the Indonesians getting their supporters at it, and they're responding in kind. Pranata, the captain, asks the supporters to be the 11th man that they no longer have, and they're responding, and the players are responding as well. What a hard-fought point this would be, and it's the substitute goalkeeper, if it stays like this, who will be the hero. One of the saves of the tournament so far, but it's not over yet. Quang Hai. A loose touch from Kong Pong. Still Kong Pong. Bu Chen Dung to Trong. Runners all over ahead of him. The Vietnamese still full of energy, still making runs. They scored 4 against every team in the competition. They haven't broken the Indonesian resolve yet. Van Hal playing far, far forward. And hello! I thought for a minute they were away there. Wanawar fancied the quick counter. Apologies, that was the other substitute for Vietnam, Bahar. But instead, the free kick is given. Now, again, Trong surely won't take the chance of wasting this with an optimistic shot at goal. This will surely be chipped into the penalty area, where no doubt a resulting melee will develop. It is chipped into the penalty area, headed away. Strong, powerful header. That was Wanawar then. Only as far as Van Tan. And yet another corner. Corner number 14 of the match for Vietnam. And I can't remember, the goalkeepers had to come and claim a few of them, but I can't remember the goalkeeper having to make a save from a corner of those 14. And he hasn't got to make a save from that one either. Vietnam poor from set pieces tonight. And that's the decision that goes Indonesia's way. Well, did he get a card for that, Tuan An? In all fairness, he probably should have done, bearing in mind the cards that have been shown before. Smiles on the faces of the Indonesian fans. This valuable point keeps them alive. And in a twist of fate, they will, of course, now be cheering on Vietnam in just a couple of days' time to beat Thailand. Into the last 60 seconds of time added on. Manafani, he's worked hard tonight for Indonesia. They've been second best, but the honours look like they're going to be even here. Van Hal not happy the second ball's come on the pitch. Presumably it was put on there by the Indonesians. Came from their direction, certainly. Have they got time to launch one more attack? Tuan An, the substitute. Out wide it goes to Van Tan. Vietnam still not being panicked, to be fair to them. And the flag stays down here for Van Tan. And it's corner number 15. And Van Tan's going to take it. This will be the last play of the game. They go short. Try and catch Indonesia unawares, and that will do it. A brave display by Indonesia. Very much keeps their semi-final hopes alive. The Vietnamese will be bitterly disappointed they didn't make the breakthrough, having scored 12 goals in 3 games, 4 each against their previous 3 opponents. They failed to break down first the rugged determination of Satria Tama Hardianto, and then the substitute goalkeeper who played the last 20 minutes, Kartika Aji, with one of the saves of the tournament so far, maintained the Indonesian clean sheet, and meant Vietnam could only grab a point when a win would have guaranteed their participation in the semi-final. So it comes down to this. Match day 5 sees Indonesia probably needing to beat Cambodia by 3 clear goals, and if that happens and Vietnam beat Thailand, then they, not the Thais, will be the semi-finalists. Plenty of permutations to ponder. That's what group stage football is all about. No goals, but a hard including that second yellow card from Shambandi that led to his dismissal, when arguably he could have got a straight red for the second indiscretion. Nice to see both sets of players shaking hands heartily at the end. They both know, of course, particularly Indonesia, that there's plenty still to play for, and they'll now be cheering Vietnam on against Thailand on Thursday. But it ends goalless here at the Selayang Stadium. Vietnam 0, Indonesia 0.